Heroes on the baseball diamond are often forged under intense circumstances. In spite of the fact that baseball is played as a team sport, each player takes the field alone in the batter's box. The finest players always seem to find a way to pull through when it matters the most, and now is their moment to shine. The most memorable hits will live on forever, including Kirk Gibson's home run off of Dennis Eckersley, Reggie Jackson's 3 home runs in Game 6, and approximately 4 or 5 more home runs blasted by David Ortiz. It's one thing to have unforgettable moments in your life, but what do the numbers actually reveal? Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at the 6 most clutch MLB players of all time. Yeah, you heard it right. Number 1. Barry Bonds, left field. If it weren't for his use of performance-enhancing drugs, Barry Bonds may be remembered as the greatest player to have ever lived. However, he did not have a good showing in any of his previous postseason appearances. Bonds hit a meager 191 batting average in 3 trips to the National League Championship Series when he was a young, lanky speedster for the Pirates. All of his critics were silenced when he led the Giants to the postseason for the first time since 2002. Bonds smashed 4 home runs and posted an on-base percentage of .700 in the World Series against the pitching of the Anaheim Angels. It wasn't enough to redeem his past mistakes or earn him a ring in this competition. Number 2. Al Simmons, outfield. Al Simmons wouldn't be as well known as he is today if it weren't for Babe Ruth and the absurdly high stats that he put up during that era in baseball. When he was in his 20s, he served as the anchor of the championship lineups for the Philadelphia A's, helping the team win back-to-back championships during the Great Depression. He's considered one of the greatest early sluggers of the game in his own right. After leaving Philadelphia, Simmons drew a decline in his power, and he did not come close to making the postseason again until he was transferred to the Reds in 1939. Number 3. ICHIRO SUZUKI, right field. ICHIRO SUZUKI was a dynamic defender who had a rocket arm. He may have been an all-star in defense alone, but when you throw in the fact that his bat was good enough for the Hall of Fame, you have the greatest Japanese player to ever play the game. ICHIRO was named the most valuable player in his debut season, and he didn't spend any time making an impact for the Mariners, helping them to an all-time win total of 116. It's unfortunate that he didn't get more opportunities to contribute in the postseason because the Mariners haven't qualified for the playoffs since then. ICHIRO cemented his status as one of the most difficult hitters in the game, despite the fact that he only played in a handful of postseason games. Number 4. Willie Mays, center field. After Bobby Thompson's home run won the pennant for the New York Giants in 1954, the team was accused of sign stealing against the Los Angeles Dodgers, which caused the championship to be the subject of some controversy. Despite the controversy surrounding him, Mays played a relatively minor role in the team's victory in the United States. In point of fact, that was pretty much the situation during both of his previous trips to the World Series as well. He had 3 trips to the Fall Classic under his belt before he turned 40, but he only hit 1 home run and walked 7 times. Number 5. Ken Griffey Jr., center field. The career of Ken Griffey is a clear example of what could have been, with the qualification that he was still one of the best hitters in baseball history. He was plagued by injuries throughout the entirety of the second half of his career, yet he still managed to amass more than 600 home runs. When Griffey led the Mariners in 2001, they went on to post the highest win total in the history of the franchise in a single season. Almost certainly a coincidence, but from his point of view, that had to be painful. Before that, he had a few opportunities with Seattle in the 1990s, and he didn't make it back to the postseason again until 2008 when he was playing for the White Sox at a completely different stage of his career. Number 6. Ted Williams, left field. Ted Williams, who also played for the Red Sox and was a victim of the so-called curse of the Bambino, is considered by many to be the best hitter who ever lived. Williams was the last man to hit .400 in a season, but he only had 1 opportunity to play in the postseason, which he lost to the Cardinals in 7 games in the 1946 World Series. Williams was the last player to hit .400 in a season. If Williams had been his usual self during those 7 games, the curse may have been broken about 60 years earlier. Yet, the majority of Red Sox fans would not trade that 2004 run for anything in the world. And that's all for today's video. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section down below. I hope that you found this video interesting, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. See you in the following video with some more of the latest updates, and until then, stay tuned!